Hi everyone, Valerie here from Valerie's Cuddly Cat Crochet. I hope everybody is doing wonderfully well today. I am coming on with, I have two new books to talk about, and I have an exciting bit of news to tell you about, and some finished objects to show you, and also some works in progress. So let me start by telling you about the books that I got. I purchased two books. They're both from Amazon. The first one I got is it's not Monsters, and it's the Titanic edition, because Titanic, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, the Titanic is one of my favorite movies. There are also other variations of the movie Titanic, which I also very much enjoy. So I am definitely a fan, and I couldn't pass this up. So it's obviously a project that it's going to take some more time. It's probably not something I would make for a craft fair. I would just make this for myself. It's even got, look, the iceberg. And the rowboats, and then a diver. I guess that's like after the fact, the divers that go down and search in the wreckage. I don't know. Anyway, you should definitely look up the author of this book, Michael, I believe it's pronounced Cao, Cao. He has quite a number of these Not Monster books. I had no idea. So, and he's also, he doesn't know me from, anybody, but there's his information. Like I said, I got this one on Titanic, on Amazon. And there's one where I believe it's like a dentist kit, and there's everything dental things. There's just so many. He's got quite a number of books out. So I have not used any of his patterns. I can't speak for them in that way, but the creativity of the patterns look fantastic. On the back of the book, it says he's got a potted plants edition, sweets and treats, cactus garden, balloon animal, organ. I think that means like bodily organs, heart, lungs, I think. Pretty sure. A space edition, a reversibles edition, flower pins, farmer's market, and there were more. So I purchased that. It's going to be a while before I get to that, but I couldn't pass it up. The other one I got, it's a fairly new release. It's called Peter Rabbit Crochet Toys, Adorable Amigurumi from the Tales of Beatrix Potter. And this is, look at those, aren't they adorable? And this is by Carla Mitrani. Carla Mitrani, if that name sounds familiar to you, she is, I love her patterns. I have her Iconic Women. Well, let's see. That's more. Here's her first Iconic Women book. And I have made I've made this one. I've used the base or some of her patterns to do other characters. And here's her second one. I love her patterns. She also has an Etsy store, and she has men that she's done. I definitely think she needs to do an Iconic Men crochet book. She's done a crochet book. It's got, it's like the Signs of the Zodiac. I don't have that one. That didn't really appeal to me. But here's some more pictures on the back of what this one has. So her patterns are fantastic. Wonderful. And so these are just adorable. So check out Amazon. That's where I got mine. And that is that. So let me get on to the exciting news. All right. Now, you probably remember that I had a craft fair about a month ago. Maybe not quite that long. I don't know. And I've said before, craft fairs are not my thing. I get so nervous and anxious, beforehand and all this stuff. And I haven't really had very good luck. So it's like, I just don't want to do them. But I got the opportunity of a lifetime. So there is a craft fair. It's been going on for 15 years, and it is held at a woman's house in the big town north of me. And I've actually tried to get in this one for, I think 2 years ago I wanted to get into, but I didn't really pursue it. I just thought, oh, they'll never take me. It's a juried show. It's a, you have to audition to get in. And I thought, oh, there's just no way. So I didn't even try the first year. I'm saying first year that I knew about it, because a friend of mine was joining to sell candles and soaps. So I went that first year that she was there to help her out, and I kind of got the lay of the land, and got to see what it was all about. And I thought, next year, meaning last year, I'm gonna try to get in. Well, one of the things about this show is that the woman who puts it on, she only allows one type of craft, like only one vendor per type of craft. So she wasn't going to have more than one crochet vendor, and she already had a pretty popular young lady who actually lives in the same town I do. I've never formally met her, but she crochets a certain type of thing that I'll talk about. And I tried to explain to the event coordinator, I make different things, we wouldn't be competing. And she's like, no, I only have one type of crochet vendor, which wasn't exactly true, because there were a couple other people that had some crochet in their booth, but whatever. It's neither here nor there. So after last year, I'm just like, well, I'm probably never going to get in there anyway. And so my friend who does the candles and soaps, she found out that the one lady who did the crochet last year was not coming back this year. And they were looking for a crochet vendor. So my friend recommended me, and I got in. So I'm excited to do this craft fair. It is a very prestigious craft fair. It's in a very upscale part of town. It's got a great following. I mean, people flock there. It's not big on children. It's not like a fair atmosphere or a carnival atmosphere or something where there would be lots of kids. It's mostly like young to middle age to older, well-to-do ladies. So I'm kind of gearing my brain toward that. And it's more bent toward artistic than crafty. Although there's a lot of crafty things there too. But there's like a painter, and there's it's really neat. So there's like 30 different vendors that get to do this every year. I just feel so honored that I feel honored because they not only did I have the opportunity, but they said I could do it. I sent them pictures of my stuff, and they're like, yeah, come on, join us. So that was just like a really big ego boost for me. And I need that, because I get down on myself a lot sometimes. Oh, nobody wants to buy my stuff, or my stuff's not good enough. But so I got accepted, and it is in 9 weeks. So I went through my stuff, and I thought, some of this stuff is not going to be a good match for this craft fair, because it's not going to have high kid traffic. I'm going to have to gear it more toward, I don't know. It's hard to put into words, but it's just like kind of a different feel. So I took out and I may put them back. I went through all my stuff that I had, and I thought, you know, this might be too, I mean, I don't know how to say it. It's like some of the things I make are, I just don't think that's going to be a good environment for them. I don't think they're going to sell well. Um, Now the thing is, the lady who did the crochet last year, she still does crochet. She still has several things in places in town where she sells her things. She almost exclusively, I mean, she does do some amigurumi, but she almost exclusively does crocheted Loveys. And she almost exclusively does them from Mama Made Minis. Don't know if you're familiar with this. I purchased this book, I think last year, when I saw that she had used this book, and I thought, well, maybe I can make some of those. She sells tons of these. Now I know she's got a following, she's got a reputation, she's got, you know, she's built her clientele, but she's not going to be there at this one craft fair this year. So it was suggested to me that I could do some of these because people love them. And I thought, challenge accepted. So I have a huge bag of things that I've already made. One of those big, huge, you know, bags that you get at, I don't know, Marshalls or TJ Maxx, the big, huge ones. That's filled with things that I've already made. My Yodas, my loaf cats, all kinds of things. So I have a lot. So I can pursue some new things. So I am going to focus on making a lot of these, but I also have some other patterns that I want to make. I want to make some ice cream cows. I think I want to make one of each of those. And this is a pattern by Cozy Crochet by Tasha. I have made this pattern before. It is delightful. Love it. It's kind of fussy because there's a lot of sewing that you have to do, but it's so worth it. I mean, look at those cows. Aren't those cute? I want to make some more loaf cats. Let's see, what is in my basket here? I want to make, I purchased these two patterns because they are not in her book. So I purchased these off of her website, the Mama Made Minis. So the Puppy Lovey and the Cosmo Cat Lovey, because I got to have some cats. So I have come up with a list of 45 things. That's 5 a week for the next 9 weeks. Very doable. And I put them in here. So we're going to be choosing 5 for me to work on this week. I did not link these in the description box, but if you go to Mama Made Minis Etsy shop, she has so many cute things. With her patterns, she's got 3 sizes. She's got the mini, which is Briggs the Bear. Now, I did link him below, so if you want to find her Etsy shop, you can go to this pattern, and then you'll see her shop. So Briggs the Bear is a mini Lovey. He's the smallest. And then these are all her, oh, what does she call them now? I've forgotten. What does she call? She has a whole thing on her. If you go to her website or different things, she's got like her sizes. She's got 3 different sizes, but this is like the medium size. Forgot what she calls it. And these are also the medium size. So I'm going to be making, all the ones I'm making are going to be a little bit bigger than Briggs the Bear. But this was the one I started with. So let me show you what I came up with. So here he is. And this is Bernat blanket yarn. That's the same type of yarn that they use in the book. And I made 2. And I would say each one took me about 2 hours. They're the same. Now, this is the mini pattern, but the pattern calls for a 7mm hook and an 8mm hook. Well, there is no letter hook that is 7mm. So I looked through what I had, and I had an 8 and a 9mm hook. So I used the 8 and 9mm hook. You do the head in the smaller hook, and then everything else in the bigger hook. And so mine are probably a little bit bigger than the mini. I did not like using the 9mm hook. It fought me the whole entire way. So I tried a different thing. I thought, what if I just use the 8mm hook? So I did just the 8mm hook, and I made this little guy. Another little Briggs the bear. And that turned out good, I think. So what I did last night is I got on Amazon and I thought, do they even make 7mm hooks? Because there's no letter that is 7mm. It goes from 6.5, a K, 6.5mm, to an L, which is an 8mm. I'm like, what happened here? They do make 7mm hooks, as I found out. So I ordered a couple of hooks last night. So I'm going to try. I think I'm done with Briggs for a while. I want to move on to the other patterns. So there'll be the bigger Loveys, but I want to use the appropriate hook size and see what I come up with. So that is that. I'm excited about doing this. She sells her Loveys for a ton. So one this size she sells for $35. She meaning the other crocheter lady. And this one would be about $40. Actually, I think she does the medium size 45. She has 35, 45, and 65. There's some that are huge. I'm not going to make those. But I thought, hey, if that's what she got for them, I think I'll try the same thing. Hi, Walter. I thought I could finish before you woke up from your nap. So it's going to be a lot of Loveys going on around here in the next 9 weeks, but that's not all I'm going to do. I have other patterns, like I mentioned. I also found, I went through my drawer of unfinished projects, and I dumped all the ones in here that I think I can finish for the craft fair. So let me take some out and show you. I've got a pink loaf cat. It's a pink sparkly loaf cat. And all I need to do is add the eyes and the nose and stuff it and sew the tail on. And I mean, it's done crocheted. I've got a light pink one that's for some reason looks smaller. All the parts are done with that. I've actually got some ice cream cow parts and pieces that I'll be using when I get to the ice cream cows. And I've got, if you're familiar with the Diddy Dex dragon pattern, I've got all the parts to make a little Diddy Dex dragon and a bigger one. It's in there, believe me. And I've got a bunch of hedgehogs. This little hedgehog just needs to be finished. This is Michelle Estrada's pattern. Pixie Marie Creates. So, and I just did different for the little fur. He's not stuffed. That's why he's all smooshy. But he's finished. I just have to stuff him and finish him up. And then I've got quite a few that are halfway done. So this is my basket for if I have extra time. They are not in the drawing. And that's fine. So let's see. Did I tell you about everything? Yes. So the specs on this craft fair are, it's a 3-day event, which it's middle of October, 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I think it's Friday and Saturday, it's, I think 9 to 4, and then Friday and Saturday 9 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, or something like that. I paid all total $105. The booth fee, I got, I think it was a 6x8 or 6x10. can't remember exactly. But do I have it here with me? Yes, I do, I think. I got the 8, it says 8.5 by 6 foot. So I'm hoping I can do 2 tables or at least just 1 table, and then I have 2 hanging racks that I'm going to hang the crocheted plushies on, the crocheted Loveys. So I paid $75 for that space for those 3 days. $75. So $25 a day, that's not bad. And then I paid the late fee because it said late fee if you don't sign up before August 1st. Well, I didn't even know about this until after August 1st. So I probably could have gotten away without paying the late fee. I don't know. But I thought, I'm just going to follow the rules and pay the late fee and whatever. So, yeah. So I am, okay, let's see. Does it have the times? Not on here. Yeah, I know the times. It doesn't matter. But, and then setup is the day before. So, very excited. And my friend's going to be there too with her candles and soaps. I don't know where my space is going to be. I figure I'm probably going to get like the worst space there because, everybody else already has their spaces. But that's okay. I don't think there is a bad space there because it's really neat. It's in this lady's yard, and her yard is huge, and it's got a little cottage. It's got a little, all kinds of fun things. Anyway, I was also going to say what? I think that was it. I'm going to choose my 5 things for this week. I had a lot of ideas I was going to do with worsted weight because honestly, I enjoy doing the worsted weight crocheting the best. Taking my time and really working on intricate details. But it's like, why would I spend all my time making one thing? I mean, where I could, one thing that would take me like 8 hours to make and sell for $20, where I could do 2 hours and this is going to sell for $35 or $40. So for this craft fair, that's what I'm going to do. All right. Let's see what I'm working on this week. So, no, never mind. I've got another crochet book coming at the beginning of September. It's a brand new book. I'm waiting for it to come out. And I was going to crochet things from there too, but they're worsted weight and they're very detailed. But they're cute. I can't wait to show you the book, but I'm going to have to save that for some other time. All right, I am making an strawberry ice cream cow. Okay, that's the first thing. I am going to be making a bunny Lovey. So in this book, there is the bunny Lovey. Isn't that cute? All right, I'm excited. I'm going to be making, a little puppy Lovey. Oh, sorry, Walter. 2 more. Excuse me. Let's see what else I'm going to be making this week. I'm so excited. Oh, another little puppy Lovey. All right. There's some multiples in here, obviously, because, And the last one. I really did mix these up. I really did. I mixed them and mixed them and mixed them. Little puppy Lovey. So I'm making 3 of these. Let's see. Let me find the pattern here. Nope, not a cat one. Not this week. I'm making 3 of these. An ice cream cow and a bunny Lovey. And then whatever else I have time for, if I have time for anything else, this is where I'll go to first. And then, who knows? I think I have other patterns in here that I can choose from if I really, really, really get ambitious. Anyway, so that's like, if the Loveys take me about 2, 4, 6, 8, ice cream cow is going to probably take me like 3 or 4 hours, 12 hours of crocheting. I can do that in 7 days. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will be back next week, and you can see how I've done on my progress, and then we'll go from there. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you next week.